How you doing? Welcome to my studio. This is the first step in the new school that I'm opening up, or this is the first step in a new direction that I want to take. Right now, as you know, I just finished writing my book. This week I've been working on getting the print physical copies, and I beg you, please purchase that copy so you can give it a review. The more reviews I have, then the higher it goes up on Amazon. And I just want to say that I really appreciate all your help and support during this time so I can build my brand up. Now, what I did was I started my new company seriously, probably since around July 1st. I was serious before, but you know, I had one foot in, one foot out. I was working with this magazine, trying to publish the magazine, going around different businesses and trying to get that going. And also I do computers where I go around and I fix computer as a contractor. And but for the past few months, I just wanted to just focus on this and just try to get this out and get it done. And you know, the ultimate goal is Bit Main Street. Now, this right here, this wall behind it is a project that I'm working on. Okay, and I don't want to show it yet. That's actually for the school. I have a school, and I want that school to be where the Web 3.0 builders are. Okay, now later I'm going to show you over there on that table. We're going to build a node, and that node is going to run lots of things. For example, I don't know if you can see it here in the camera. I had to refurbish this. This is a node here, and that node was with a company called Casa, and I had to refurbish it, and now it's being used as a server for video, like a video server. And there's a system you can put it on. It's called Unihost. It's amazing, and these networks are things that we need for the future. Now, why I'm so adamant about pushing the book and Web 3.0 and all this stuff is because we have a very short window, because a lot of things are going to change in the future. And I foreseen this a long time ago. And in 2022, 2023, I created, let's see how much time passed. Oh, only 3 minutes. In 2023, I created a, it was another user guide, but that one was called, I should keep the series going, but that was unlocking the secrets of decentralized finance. Decentralized finance. I wrote this. I wrote the whole school, the tutorials and everything, the videos and everything, prior to the FTX debacle. And I always bring up the FTX debacle because that's an obvious introduction to Choke Point 2.0, and you have to understand all the dynamics that were going there. I'm being very measured in how I talk, because for about 2 years, it was hard for me to get my videos on YouTube and Google and all that, because the whole DeFi community was demonized. And at that time, I really wanted people to get involved into the market, because then they could have took advantage of the Bitcoin at the time. And I think Bitcoin was maybe about 30,000, maybe less. I don't know. It wasn't as much as it is now. You could have, really did a lot of Xing on your crypto. But here's the thing. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't even like giving financial advice, because, a lot of things can go wrong and people blame you for that type of advice. So I try to stay away from that. However, you cannot ignore that there is a lot of wealth to be made in this industry. So what I have done in 2020, Two, I was telling people get ready for 2024 because I knew that 2024 was going to be the happening. And not only the happening, there's a lot of these applications that were built, these decentralized applications that were built in this market that are like 90% less than what they should be. And there's a lot of them, okay? So what I want to do with decentralized, with the DeFi Jedi, which is a group I have on Facebook, is to have like, you know, a mastermind group, a think tank, right? Of people that have learned about the basics and now they're going to stretch their knowledge on what else we have, okay? Now, I'm going to switch the camera so I can show you, see if we can do this really quick. Okay, hello. Oh. All right, let me see what we're gonna do right here. If you look in the, where are we at? Oh, over here, all right. This is Cryptospiracy News. All right, I did this video the other day, and this is the one that talks about, you know, the African-American culture that I was talking about. Okay, now, this is what I'm doing. A lot of y'all are probably seeing me put all these videos up, and you're wondering, what's going on? Why the things? Of course, it's to promote the book, but mostly it's to do a trial run. I'm working with this account. It's called Zeely. Maybe I can show that to you. It's called Zeely. And it's these are things that you should try. If you're starting a business and you're trying to get things going, I want to show y'all how I'm doing this. And it's all open, even the grainy camera. The reason why the camera's so grainy, because of the light. Let's put that light in there, yeah. Anyway, this is one of the companies that I'm working with. And I saw this on Facebook. I said, you know what, let me give it a try. So I went in there and let me show you some of the stuff it has. Oh, this is going to be very transparent. And see, here's some of the videos. It's really cool how you can make the videos. And I created this art, all these different creatives. So I create these creatives, put the creatives on Facebook, and I need y'all to say, I like this or I don't like it. So what I can do is I can start a campaign, right? So ultimately, I want to start a campaign. And then once I start the campaign, then I give Facebook or Instagram an amount of money to run these campaigns. And then that's the way the book gets out there. Now, I have to sell the book if I'm going to build what's behind that green wall right there. Okay, remember I showed you that green wall? Let me switch my camera real quick. Okay, this wall, let me take down. This wall here has the master plan behind it for Main Street, okay? That is what's going to be built in this school here. Let me put that back there. I'm using a OBS. It's a studio software. You can put your video camera and I'll show anybody that wants to know how to do this. I can show you exactly how to do all this. Okay, now let me move out of this. This is Zeely. Oh, here we go. This is my school, okay? Now, right now, this is the power of cryptocurrency and path to find. I've been telling y'all about this for years now, okay? Now, I have the basics. What's cryptocurrency? What's blockchain technology? What's DeFi? Then the interplanetary file system, IPFS. What's a non-fungible token? What is staking? All these are just the basics, all right? Now, once you get past the basics, oh, this camera. Once you get past the basics, then we go towards Web 3.0 wealth. Now, that's very interesting because that's when you're building infrastructure, which is where the wealth is coming from. Because I foresee, because I've been in this business since 97, 98, 97. I built my first computer around 97, took it apart, put it together. It was like, wow, you know what I mean? And I was upgraded and I learned all the intricate details about the computer. And I was going for my Microsoft certified, my Microsoft certified network license, it was MCSC or something like that. And this is back in 2000. I was like, oh man, I was studying for it. And as I was studying for it, I got some calls from recruiters, you know, and it was crazy. Everybody was like trying to fight to get me to work for them and stuff. And back then, you know, you would go into there's a place called eGreetings I used to work for, and eGreetings at the time got a $300 million, $300 million, okay. And you would go to work and they had these like big ass barrels filled with M&Ms, catered lunches, software, people sitting down playing Nintendo. It was a very different, strange time back then. And Silicon Valley, you know, from what I know, they actually kept that tradition going until recently, you know. But anyway, what I said. I don't even know what I was talking about. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I was okay. I've been in this for a minute. Anyway, this is where I was going with that. So I understand how technology works, and I knew what was going on when there was a crazy boom. Now the next boom is going to be blockchain development. Now, I on my GitHub account, I actually built an exchange. There's a school. It's DAP University. Really good teacher. You can take that course. It'll teach you how to do these decentralized applications. However, with the advent of AI now, we don't really have to. Actually, no, I don't want to say that. You should always know what you're doing, of course, obviously. That's how you can be a better programmer. But AI can do a lot of the stuff that we would have to do by ourselves before. And the whole landscape is changing, but it's an opportunity now for you to actually take advantage of it, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is show you a couple things. This right here is a school, okay? Then we have, this right here is the decentralized sovereign network. I actually want to show you behind the scenes, this marketplace, this whole marketplace is built on nodes. I have nodes, you know? And if you see here, I light this up. Let's come on. You can't really hardly see that camera there. But this here, on that computer, this is a node, and each one of these are services. These services are what's coming from help you get into Welcome to the Bitname Marketplace Live. Now that marketplace is available once you become a student, because this is how we're going to learn how to build on this right here. Okay, it's very complicated. You know, that's why I have to teach, because I can't just talk about it. But that's what this is for. And you have, if I were to show you here, this is the actual sovereign network, okay? And I don't have time to show. I have time to show, but I don't feel like going through it right now. It's in a secure behind the firewall, and it's also an onion address. And I got to go through that whole process. I don't feel like doing that right now, but there's a way that you can access it through outside, which I'll show once the school starts. But we have this. And then I have newsletters, okay? Now these newsletters, they show you a lot of stuff like Ghost installation simplified the path to Linux mastery. This right here is Ghost. Like all this whole website, that's Ghost. I actually have Ghost on the server itself. There's a lot of good stuff here. Bitcoin scarcity clock. Like I wrote this article a couple weeks ago. And this talks about the Bitcoin scarcity, and I have a Bitcoin calculator. This is to show the amount of Bitcoin that's out there. There's, I think like 19, I think there's maybe 4 million left. How many Bitcoin are left? Okay, it says here, with a hard cap of 21 million BTC hard-coded into the protocol and the digital gold rush is nearly over, as of today, more than 19.6 million Bitcoin has already been mined, leaving fewer than 1.4 million Bitcoin left over, okay? Now think about that. There's only 21 million Bitcoin left, all right? There's 19.6 already mined, and even more than that, because I wrote this like, you know, a couple weeks ago now, okay? Now, what happens when 50 million people want a piece? Take Cash App, for example. It has over 50 million users. Now imagine each one decides to buy just $10 worth of Bitcoin each week. What happens to the remaining supply? 1.4 million divided by 50 million. That means that each person, if 50 million people decided to get it, each person would only have 0.028 BTC per person. Okay? Now I gotta make sure the math is right again, because I did that and I read that and I was thinking. But anyway, this is the scarcest asset in the world. Okay? Now, there's another side to the story. That's why I have this website here. It's called Cryptospiracy. Now, what Cryptospiracy does is it gathers all the information that's relevant to the crypto industry. As you up here, it has DeFi, NFT. Let me see if I can expand that. Maybe if we do this. Let me see. I'm just stuff right here. No, not that. How do I do this? Oh, you know what? I could just expand it. Let's do that. I'm clicking on all kinds of stuff. All right, let's expand this so I can show you like that. Okay, check this out. We have DeFi, right? Come down here and these all the news for DeFi. Then you have, if you want to know anything, understand about Web 3.0, I have a whole section on that. Okay. All right. And then I have the scroller up top that tells you what's going on. And you have the cryptocurrency and the crypto news and everything else. Okay. Now, Bitcoin, let me show you the portal. This is the scarcity calculator here. And you see the portal here shows that Bitcoin at this moment is at 110,000. Okay. Now, what Cryptospiracy is, let me do this really quick. Okay. Keep hitting that image. I gotta get these cameras right. All right. This is my first video, so this is like me getting out all the kinks and stuff, and also I'm doing this for a reason, because I have a project I'm working on, and it's for making sure that people are legitimate because AI knows how to take people's likeness now and then they can manipulate it. So it's important that we protect ourselves, and I have a way to do that as well. But let me see. Let me go back to this really quick. And let me shrink it. Let me see. I used this a lot a couple of years ago. I just got to get back to the flow. You'll see me. You know, this is the first video. All right, there we go. Okay, now this Cryptospiracy is important because not everything is quite as it seems. Like Bitcoin, even though it is scarce, you have these players that moved in the past year, BlackRock, and then you have Michael Saylor, and then you have the ETFs. So you have a lot of Bitcoin that's not really there. You know, there's a lot of people that are they say it's there, but these ETFs, you just don't know what's going on. Um, it's kind of like they're writing these paper Bitcoins. You know, it's kind of scary because that's what Bitcoin was made to avoid. But you have people like Michael Saylor, who's actually buying hundreds of thousands. He wants to buy a million Bitcoin, which is crazy. If they dump, then the currency is gonna crash. However, you kind of want that because then it allows for the commoners to get some of it, and the commoners will use it for what it's supposed to be used for. And what it's supposed to be used for is to make sure that when the dollar totally collapses, which is going to be around 2030, that's what they plan, because there's not going to be anything in there for Social Security. Hey, it's look, this right here, this lady here, let me go home. She talks about it.
Back in 1933, obviously Washington confiscated that private gold, $20 an ounce, then revalued it to 35, kind of robbing the public. With the 36 trillion or 37 now in debt that we talk about in central banks again hoarding gold, do you think governments will try to do something similar in the next crisis?
100%. There isn't even one teeny weeny doubt in my mind, because there are over 4,800 currencies that have done this, and I don't think this time is different. But I do think that this time it will be a globally coordinated effort, because when one country does it, it would be like a domino impact anyway. And we certainly saw since 2008 how central banks can coordinate and work with each other.
Okay, now, you know, I don't want to get any, this is for news, so hopefully they don't say, you're using information that ain't supposed to be used. But it reminds me of this also. Remember this? Remember Doge? It's supposed to save $1 trillion. It only saved $205 billion. That's it. This is efficient. This is Department of Government Efficiency. It can't get efficient. The government cannot be efficient. It's impossible to be efficient. Okay? It's over. But what are we going to do about it? You know? And our community has an opportunity that we can actually build a new we could build a new internet. We could build a new internet. Internet 3.0. Okay? And I have the tools for us to build it, which is the main focus on what I'm thinking about in the future. And also what Bitcoin is supposed to be for, which is for people to buy and sell on that market, okay? Anyway, this is pretty much the introduction. Let me see what else I want to show y'all real quick. That's that. That's that. That's this. Oh, do me a favor, please. When you see the videos going up there on Facebook, give it a like or a view or something, because that's how I can tell which one's working or not. If y'all don't like it, sound like it. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I even got it on my Instagram. This is the video I have there. Did y'all see this one yet? That turtle came to life. Okay, now this here. Beautiful. Y'all gonna know what that's about later. Anyway, y'all need to check it out. Spend all my time with these creatives. And plus, you don't know what works now. So what I do is I start, my process is I put some stuff out there, and then Once I get good with the tool, I get better with it, then I put other stuff out there. Then I start getting inspired by things, and then I'm getting to my creative mindset. Because before I was in my mindset of building, of writing a book, you know, and that's another part of your brain you get right, you know. And thank goodness for ChatGPT, for the grammar and all that stuff. I can put that in there, and plus, I had a lot of material from two years of stuff that I put out. The first was the one about tangible economics. That is, you can actually see that here on Cryptospiracy. Let me see. Oh, here we go. If you were to look, where did I put that? Oh, no. That's in. Sorry about that. Here we go. In the newsletter, this here, tangible economics, tangible economic freedom with the decentralized finance ecosystem. I wrote this in 2023, okay? And this one is cool because it gives you all of the, it talks about the wallets, it talks about, at that time, what were the hot DePIN, right? Decentralized physical networks, infrastructure networks. What were the hot ones back then? So you can actually look at that and compare and see which ones are happening now. So what I did was I upgraded this version here, and I also wrote, there's another one here. Here we go. Unlocking the secrets of the dark web and sovereign decentralized finance. That's what this was about. So what I did was I took all this knowledge and I said, you know, let me make it into a book instead of these newsletters. And that's how I came up with Unlocking the Secrets, which is this book. Okay. All right. Now, that is what I've been working on, but my main goal, my main purpose is to build Big Main Street behind that beautiful green wall right there. All right, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you before I sign off, I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen tomorrow, and we're going to take this camera and do like a, let me see if I can do this. All right, here we go. All right, now here, I set this table up because this is what we're going to work on. This right here is called a Raspberry Pi, okay? And I have some older ones here, Raspberry Pi 3, okay? He's really cool. This is a Wi-Fi. Plug that into the side of the Raspberry Pi. And that's a hard drive. But these hard drives don't work. They shut them off immediately. So I had to get this. This plugs inside. Well, actually, I'm going to show you how to put all this together, okay? This is an extension. I don't think I'm going to need this, but I just wanted to show you. This right here is an actual, you can actually do tests on this little one here. This has a circuit board in it as well. You see the little connections there? You know, these little peripheral connections. So you have that. This is my fan, and this is called a hat. And I'll show you how to connect that. And that's what the Raspberry Pi looks like. Okay. These are my tools, and this is for what I use when I actually have my when I go on my jobs for the computer. This is my kit that I take with me. Okay. But anyway, so that is what we're going to work on tomorrow. Let me put this back up here. Hopefully this, okay. All right, I just wanted to show you all that. Let me go back to this screen. Well, I really gotta. There we go. Fine. Okay, bye. Let me see. Let's put this back up there. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. Hopefully I don't get bored and I keep coming and doing this. You know, the problem is like I get so busy that sometimes I start working and then my flow, you know. But I have to keep this flow going, or I'm gonna have to move. Gotta make some sales on the books. I'm gonna be homeless. No, it ain't that bad. Almost. But I would like for y'all to help me out. I don't think I can show you anything else. I have it all. Like I said, this is a test video. Give me a thumbs up. I ask if you can subscribe to my YouTube, The Cryptospiracy. I know everything's all over the place, but pretty soon I'm gonna have it all on one nice little cohesive web page. I think I'm gonna do it on this page, this unlocking page. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create, but right now the funnel is selling the book. Actually, let me see one thing. Okay. Let's see. All right, here it is. Boom! That's the book. All right, so the print, there it is. The print is available. Okay, look at that. Unlocking the Secrets of Web 3.0 Wealth, your definitive user guide to decentralized finance from 2025 to 2028. Beautiful. There's the back copy. I am so happy that this is out here. You can even do a sample read. And I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Like, if you were to notice something here, let me see if I have any of them. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, that's cool. I'll have to show it to you later. But I wanted to show you something. And it's kind of like a surprise that I wanted in the book. And something I'm working on later. But anyway, that's it. Okay, it's about 30 minutes. This is a test video. And I am David. And hopefully y'all were entertained for these few minutes. Hopefully things will be a lot more smoother in the future. Oh yeah, but tomorrow we're gonna start working on the node, okay? Sign up for the newsletter. Help me out. It's only $30 a month. $5. Like you get the newsletter for $5, okay? And for $30, you get the newsletter, you get the school, you get the book, you get me every week talking. And once you finish the school, you actually can get access to the DeFi Jedi Mastermind group. Okay, the DeFi Mastermind group. That's on Facebook. I already created. Let me see if I can find that really quick. Here we go. I haven't really been doing much with this lately. But you see all these people here? I got 21 members. That's pretty good. I'm gonna reignite it. Got some new dude. What the hell is that? Okay, so you got my marketing there too. Oh, Satoshi for storage. This right here, this is sick. Yeah. My next ebook is gonna be on this. I'm gonna show y'all how I did that. Actually make money linked up to the Bitcoin Lightning Network. All right, let me turn this off, or I'm gonna be here all day. All right, thank you so much. Let's talk soon. And I am David. I'm out. Thank you so much for coming.